Today on Hey, We're Talking.
I'm singing. I'm sitting on a podcast and I'm singing.
Who is a better drummer, Chad Smith or Little Debbie?
We're going streaking. We are here and we're doing a show. It's called Hey, We're Talking. It's got Derek and it's got Bob. And me, I am Scotty D. Now if I can match that up in post, that'll be funny.
It won't happen.
No, it's going to sound stupid. But that's how we do it. That's how we do it here, Bob. Don't we? Isn't that how we do it?
Yes, this is our room. I mean, our show.
This
See,
is
I'm
how
still
we
obsessed
do
with
it. Yeah. And now I'm speaking fast because I feel like I got to hurry up because Derek has to go. But it's not. It's like a mental thing. It's not real. I mean, you do have to go pretty soon. But
I do have to go, but I'll go after the show and go to work where I make my living.
Yes. Yeah.
Because I have to be there. Like, it's not an option.
It's not.
It is not. I have to go to work. I have to be there. I cannot stay home. I cannot not.
Did you get the promotion?
He did not get the promotion.
I cannot tell you that. It's confidential.
They betray me.
Gosh, we're going to get started on all that again.
Let's stop. So, sorry, I had to burp off mic there. I muted myself. See how
I will
far
say
I've
though.
come?
I will say when I get to work, there's a guy that works on the day shift. His name is Mark.
Yeah.
And every time I see him,
it's like your my wife thing at work.
Yeah. I go, "Oh, hi, Mark."
Although
and
you
he's
probably say my wife at work too, don't you?
No, I
No?
don't. I don't.
You only
My dad's name is Mark, so I'm not going to say, "Oh, hi, Mark."
Do it because he'll laugh. Tell him about it and be like, "It's this really terrible movie."
Well, I'm gonna tell everyone about The Room. Okay. There's no doubt about that.
I'm telling you though, we're so late to the party. Just so you know, this thing has been huge for a long time.
It's okay that we're late for it. It's not a big deal. I mean, now we're get to enjoy it.
Will it ever make it to China? Do you think The Room is big in China?
Well, the subtitles we saw were Spanish.
What does that have to do with China?
No, but I bet you it's all over the world in Chinese.
Yeah.
But then again, there's nudity, so maybe not. Wait,
I don't
no,
think
that's
they
like
do.
Korea.
I don't think they care as much about that. Well, it depends which Korea you're talking about.
True.
I think you can't show in a lot of those Asian countries. You just can't show genitals. Is the idea?
We didn't see those in The Room.
There's no genitals in The Room.
I don't know if Tommy has.
Oh, dude, stop. Anyway, so
gosh,
we got really caught up in this, and there again, part of it's because we had this whole big chat going, and everyone's talking about it. So,
yeah,
plus,
they haven't
literally
stopped talking about it.
Yeah,
I mean, in real life, we're literally seconds, minutes away from a whole episode about The Room, which you all loved. Yeah, you downloaded the episode, you loved it, you were absorbed by it, you gave it thumbs up, you left great comments, you went and bought The Room.
Yeah.
We're not going to talk about that. We're not talking today. About The Room.
We will not.
So here's what's absolutely hilarious is we were so caught up in The Room, we were so focused on just the way it is and just the amazingness of it, we forgot that it was our 200th episode.
Yeah, we did. We didn't say anything about that. That's
funny. So this is 201.
Yeah. So congratulations on 201 episodes, guys.
Yay.
What a milestone. But that's how we do it.
I got mail. Yay. Yeah, there you go. So speaking of episodes, so Bob put up this poll. Okay, so I'm going to ask all you guys, because maybe people that are listening on the podcast will respond. That'd be awesome if they did.
That'd be good.
Bob put up this poll, and he was like, I'm laughing because I'm thinking about how dirty that sounds. Bob put up a poll, like you're taking a poll for like political poll.
How about a survey?
I think they get it. I get it. They know what a poll is.
You're so childish, Scott.
You guys are laughing too.
God, I can't believe you.
What do you mean?
Anyway,
I didn't rate you that way.
No, she didn't. So he asked, would you guys like it if we did continue to do 3 30-minute episodes or 1 1-hour episode per week? Because Bob, here's the thing is, Bob like gets really deep into all this podcasting stuff. Like, man, he's reading stuff all the time. Yep. Derek can tell you, he puts little links in our chat all the time. Like, hey,
read this article, see this video about, or listen to this podcast about podcasting. I don't think I've clicked on like 3 of them.
Part of the thing that kills me is I do click on them, and then some of the podcasts are like 50 minutes of someone talking about podcasts, and I'm like, dude.
Here's how to make your podcast more interesting.
More podcastier.
Yeah, more podcastier.
Here's tip number 1. Be lively and upbeat.
Yeah.
Here's tip number 2. Make lists. Here's tip number 3. Have a soothing... Yeah, I'm like, no! I can only be me.
Tip number 4 of 600.
Yeah. No, but there is good information in the stuff that Bob passes along to us. But one of the things that he looked at was like the length of a podcast and the how often the podcast comes out. So we want to know what you guys think. We should do like another, I don't know, where should we have people go? Facebook, or just put it in the comments on YouTube?
No, it's easy. Just put it in the comments on YouTube, or, you know, if you're not listening, watching this on YouTube, I don't know.
They can email us. They can send it to heywe'retalking@gmail.com. Like, because that's the other thing. I've had a couple of people recently just tell us, say, hey, what about this topic? And I was like, yeah, that's great. So, I mean, if you have ideas that you'd like to have us talk about on the show, for sure, let us know. Well, we do take unsolicited emails.
We are running out of quality ideas. We are running
Derek,
out.
Why did you keep saying that?
It's not true.
I could screenshot the spreadsheet. It's
no,
still
don't tell them what we're
going
to do. Yeah, don't
show them the spreadsheet. Other podcasts will steal our ideas. We're not going to do that.
So
shame on you.
Let us know what you think. Bob, give your plea. Go ahead.
No, there's no plea. It's basically just imagine like an hour-long segment of a radio show, you know, where we have multiple topics, multiple things. We just have a conversation for an hour. Or do we just keep plugging away, you know, 3 30-minute episodes? Or do you want us to go less?
Yeah.
2 or 1 episode, a 30-minute episode a week? What we want to just know from you guys, where, you know, are you getting... You know, just how often you want to hear.
Don't use the technical podcasting term because you'll lose them. No, you won't. It's very self-explanatory.
Here's the thing. There's an old saying. You can please some of the people all of the time. And you can please all of the people some of the time. But you can't please all of the people all of the time.
Ooh. That was deep.
Thanks, Grandpa.
Yeah.
Who's the old guy now? Now that my hair's dyed dark. Not me.
I think Derek, you haven't gotten a haircut in a couple days.
Look at that shit.
Mom has a haircut.
Yeah, your mom goes to college. So yeah, anyway, so we're just talking about different stuff that we're thinking about doing. Now that we're 200 episodes in, we're not professionals yet, but we're semi-pro. How about that?
And we want 200 more episodes. We might get there.
We just want to keep it fresh and fun and everything like that for you listeners. We're having a blast doing it either way, but we want to know what you guys want, and we may listen. Just take it into consideration. That's all.
Yeah,
I want to be here.
But here's the thing.
This is great.
He's being so funny. But here's the thing. So Bob originally, he's doing this like a sneaky. He's trying to get us to go to 1 show a week, 1 hour. So he presents it like really like, oh, hey guys, what do you think about this? And Derek and I are both like, oh yeah, let's do that. Sounds good. And then next thing you know, he's like, I don't know. I've been looking at another podcast thing that says this.
Here's the thing. Bob puts this idea out there. He presents an idea. Like we do these 3 30-minute shows every week. And he's got the idea. Maybe we should do 1 hour-long show a week. And he says, we don't want to burn out the viewers or the listeners. We just wouldn't want to burn out ourselves because all these scientific reasons. And he was probably expecting us to be like, no. And he was preparing for a fight. But we were both like, you actually make a very good point, Bob. Let's do that.
Yep.
And so now he's like second guessing himself because we were so agreeable.
Well, yeah, I just think if you guys think it's a good idea, it's probably a bad idea.
Yeah.
So I have to just kind of think through it a little bit more before a decision's made.
You're such a butt.
You chose us to be your podcast partner. You had tons of people out there you could have chose from, but it was me and Scott. So
idiot.
It's true.
You see what I just did right there?
That's on you, pal.
I pulled out a Dave idiot for you right there. Idiot. Anyway, no. But we're just messing around with different stuff because, again, we're 200 in on this thing, and so we're giving you a little. We like giving you. I think that should be a recurring segment too, the behind the scenes, because eventually Derek will be like, "Yeah, let's talk to him about how we're podcasting," and I like when he gets upset like that. So I think we should continue.
We're literally having a production meeting right now. Like, we're literally planning the show on the show because Scott, we have ideas, guys. We have tons of ideas for sure.
Scott, you guys go and say, hey, we need to do this more often. We do it often, actually.
No.
We do have these conversations on the show.
No, we don't. It's not real. I was going to say, at least sometimes we're planning something, for crying out loud. Although I'm not a planner. Bob is the planner. We know that from his sheets, his spreadsheets.
I don't give a shit.
The show's gotten very meta today.
That's fun.
Should we unmeta it and get to our actual topic, or do we just want to keep going and
we're gonna take a break and we're gonna come back and we're gonna talk about a guy I like to call Will Ferrell, because that's his name.
That is actually
it's his name. We're gonna talk about some Will Ferrell movies. Our top 5 that aren't actually our top 5. There are top however many we can think of.
However many we can get to in the next 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I actually have a top 5.
Okay, you do? Okay, well.
Yeah.
When we come back, we're going to hear Derek's top 5 Will Ferrell movies right after this. Today's show is sponsored by Gamefly.com. 30-day free trial. Go to Gameflyoffer.com/HWT. We're going streaking! There's a good Will Ferrell quote for you.
Please don't go streaking.
Old school.
Nice. All right, so we're talking about Will Ferrell movies, our top 5 Will Ferrell movies. And let's see, I'm kind of scrolling through the list while you guys are probably thinking of yours. But let's start it off. First of all, I'm assuming, is Old School in your list, Derek?
It's not, but it would probably make the top 10.
Really?
Yeah, you guys need to stop, all right? What? No, come on.
Okay.
There are a ton of great Will Ferrell films out there.
I don't know about that, but we'll see. Okay. I want to hear what your list is. I want to hear Derek do his whole list because I want to react to these.
Okay.
Are you starting at number 5?
I'm going to start with number 5. Let me see. I got the 1, 2, 3, 4,
Derek
5.
learns how to count on this episode.
Let's start with an honorable mention because he's not the star.
Okay.
All right, but he had a great part in Zoolander.
Yes, he does.
And a great role as Mugatu.
I've never seen that movie.
And I'm not a huge fan of Zoolander, which my wife is always like, what? It's okay. Okay. Anyway.
Never saw it. Never.
All right. So Zoolander's honorable mention. Number 5.
Okay. Number 5. Now this is more for my wife and my son because they love this movie, and I think it's good too.
Okay.
I'm gonna give it to them. Blades of Glory.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, that's your number 5.
Never saw it.
It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun.
Chaz Michaels.
Yeah. Will Ferrell and Napoleon Dynamite skate together.
Yes, they're the first male-on-male skating pair. The thing that's funny is so that was in 2007. I feel like that might happen in the next 5 years. Like there may be 2 dude pairs at the Olympics.
I'm sure there will be.
Okay. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Okay.
Yeah, you got Amy Poehler and Will Arnett, who were married at the time.
Had 2 kids.
And they play sisters. They're siblings.
Yeah,
in the,
they do. Yes.
In the film.
That's in Blades of Glory. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So what's your number 4?
Number 4 is Daddy's Home.
Okay.
Listen, I want to tell you something. I saw, I had, me in the buying of movies. I've got an issue with it. I got a problem. But I pre-ordered Daddy's Home 2. So it came out a couple of weeks ago and I finally watched it. There is a scene. First of all, Mel Gibson playing Mark Wahlberg's dad is pure genius. Okay?
It's hilarious.
It's great. Okay. But there is a scene in Daddy's Home 2 about the thermostat. And it is the best thing I have ever seen in my life. It's so perfect how dudes are with the thermostat in their house. And I love every second of it. I sent it to my dad and I was like, Dad, what do you think of this? And he was like, because you know how my dad is, he was like, that's pretty funny.
But Daddy's Home, we saw that, like, that's out, like, on Amazon Prime. And just a couple months ago, we just sat down and we just clicked on it on a whim. And it was so funny.
It brought you great joy, didn't it?
Yeah, it's just a great, funny movie. And we could see that Daddy's Home 2 is about to be released or something like that. So we're ready to go. I might have to Redbox that sometime.
Yeah, I just saw Daddy's Home 2 weekends ago, and it's funny. It's
good.
It's really good.
Yeah. All right.
So there you go.
Number 3.
Let's go with Talladega Nights.
Okay.
The Ballad of Ricky Bobby.
That's a
Never
good.
saw
That's a
that
solid
either.
3. Bob, you have to watch Talladega Nights.
I saw bits and pieces of it, but I've never actually seen the whole movie.
Shake and bake. You have to watch that. Bob, the truth is, the funniest parts of that movie are his kids, without a doubt. But he's good in it too. You should watch that movie.
Now, I'm gonna say that I put Blades of Glory in there for my family, but if it were me, my personal number 5 would have been like Anchorman.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's a classic. I know you guys are
I can't believe that didn't make it past number 3. I thought that was going to be your number 2 or your number 1.
Well, I'm
really interested in what your 2 and your 1 are.
All right, these could probably be interchangeable.
Okay.
But I'm going to go with number 2 is Elf. It's one of my favorite Christmas movies.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just
it has broad appeal. It's a great film.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Okay.
I watch it every year.
Oh yeah.
It could easily be called, I could easily set it as my number 1, but it's not as funny as my number 1.
Okay, what's your number 1?
What do you think?
If it is what I think it is, it's my number 1 also.
Well, I'm going to say it. Step Brothers.
Yes. Did we just become best friends?
Yes. What?
Yes, we did. Okay. Yes. Okay. I approve. I approve of that list. There were some ones that threw me for a loop, like Blades of Glory. But again, you said that was, that was a family decision.
Yeah. Shout out to my wife.
Yeah. And Talladega Nights, strong. I like that one. But Step Brothers for me is like the best. Now, here's my thing. Will also does a lot of just like cameos in these movies that are fantastic. He like one of the movies that I just saw recently that actually made me laugh a lot. Again, this is just like classic Will Ferrell. He has a lane that he goes in and he excels at it.
Yep.
It's called The House. It's he and Amy Poehler are trying to send their daughter to college.
I cannot wait to see that.
And they create a casino in their friend's house to make money, an illegal casino. So it's pretty funny. But Will Ferrell will do these things like Drunk History, or he'll be in like trying to see another movie that was really good that he just kind of showed up on, in like The Internship. On The Internship, he's that guy he's like a mattress salesman. And then in The Wedding Crashers, he's that guy that taught them the rules of crashing weddings and how to pick up chicks at weddings. Yeah. I mean, he just has these little spots in movies that are just fantastic. One of the movies I really love of his that's a kid's movie is Megamind. You guys seen that?
Haven't seen that.
Yeah,
No.
I saw that one.
That's a good movie. Another one that he did with Marky Mark that I love is called The Other Guys. We talked about it when we were talking about the Rocks movies.
Yep.
I haven't seen that one.
And here's one that I think most people probably haven't seen, but is hilarious. It is called The Campaign. Have you ever heard of this one?
I've heard of it. Oh, yes. I've seen that. That's freaking hilarious.
It's got him and Zach Galifianakis. Will Ferrell is like this congressman or senator from, I believe it's North Carolina. And Zach Galifianakis decides he's just like this unassuming, really pure guy, decides he's going to run against Will Ferrell because Will Ferrell's character is like this horrible, just dirty campaign guy. And gets in all sorts of trouble and stuff like that. Came out in 2012.
One of the best scenes in that movie was when Zach Galifianakis and his family are sitting at the table, the dinner table, and it was like a little confession time. You know, like, did you guys have anything you've been hiding before we go into this? And everybody's got something, and it's so hilarious, so wrong at the same time.
Right, because Zach is like supposed to be like this. They're like a Christian family. They're really pure, and he has pugs. He has 2 pugs, and he loves his little pug dogs. And he's got this son. Does he just have a son and a wife, or was there more? It was just one son, right? No, there might have been one more.
No,
there might have been another one.
It was a son and a daughter, wasn't it?
But the older son, as they're doing these confessions around the table. I mean, Zach's character, because the mom says you can't get mad at him no matter what he says, but he's got to confess anything that he's done. The stuff that this little kid says is so terrible. It's terrible, but it's so
and even
funny.
the wife had some funny things to say about that.
Does.
But yes, it's good stuff.
It's bad. The other thing I was going to mention, and this will be my last one because I want Bob to be able to say some stuff too, is when Will Ferrell came on The Office towards the end before Michael Scott left, and he was going to be the boss that took over for Michael Scott. There was part of me that was just like, at that time as I was watching The Office, I was like, please God, let Will Ferrell stay on. But I knew for sure, Will Ferrell was not going to stick around, but I was like, please God, let Will Ferrell like slum it and do TV for the remainder of The Office, but he didn't. But his character, he did like 4 or 5 episodes, and it was fantastic. Okay, Bob. Sorry I took up so much time.
So I'll my honorable mention was going to be The Other Guys because I thought that was a good
it's
movie.
So good.
So I'll rattle through quick through my top 5. So number 5, one you guys hadn't mentioned, which I figured you would, having Kevin Hart in it, which was Get Hard.
It was pretty funny.
Get Hard was absolutely hilarious. Well, Will Ferrell tries to be this gangster. You know, it's just
he's
that
a
one
rich
made
guy
me laugh
that gets
a lot.
in trouble for like tax evasion or something like that, and he's going to go to prison. So he hires Kevin Hart, who's like, he thinks that Kevin Hart is a bad guy just because he's black. He hires him to teach him what it's going to be like in prison. It's pretty funny.
And it winds up being hilarious.
Yeah.
So my number 4 was Elf.
Yeah,
I love it. It's not bad for being on the number 4. You know, it's still a great movie. It's just a lot of good Will Ferrell movies. My number 3 was Anchorman, and just because the very first one was hilarious. I mean, I had more belly laughs during that movie than I had in a long, long time. And the one part where Steve Carell, you know, was sitting behind the thing trying to talk, and everything was just all messed up. The whole teleprompter issue. I mean, all of it just, the movie made me laugh, and I love that. Number 2 was Step Brothers, just because that, again,
it's so good.
It's so stupid.
But it's
so
freaking
stupid.
Great.
But
the whole thing is so good.
It's stupid comedy, and that's, you know, that's
we're
the
guys.
kind of comedy
What are you
I like.
do? We like that stuff.
And my number 1 was definitely Old School, just because it was. I mean, that's another one that just made me laugh. One of my favorite scenes is when he gets shot in the neck with the tranquilizing dart. And it's like, I mean, just to see that whole process and all of that, it's hilarious. And of course, streaking, and, you know, I've never wanted to see Will Ferrell like that, but but Will Ferrell's got this little niche on comedy that Jim Carrey used to have. And I'm not saying that they're alike in their way of comedy, but people attract to him. He's always on Jimmy Fallon. You know, the bit that we've talked about several times on the show.
The Don't Stop Believing thing.
Yeah, the Don't Stop Believing bit. He's got and of course the cowbell bit from Saturday Night Live.
Yep.
He's got all these little things that he does that just make you absolutely laugh, and he's consistent with it. So yes, he's done some terrible movies. He's had some bad movies over time, but everybody's going to have that. Yeah, I mean every
kicking and screaming.
Every comedian's going to have that. That's just the way it is, and they hoped that it would be something more, and it wound up not being. But to see Will Ferrell go into a drum battle with
the guy from Red Hot Chili Peppers, Chad, what's his name? Chad something.
I don't know why
he's from Detroit.
So to see the drum battle, to see Will Ferrell dress up as Little Debbie, I mean, it's just
that's the thing that's so great about him is he will do like stuff that everybody else would be so embarrassed to do.
Right.
He'll just dress in the craziest stuff. Anyway, he has like a couple people that he just has such great chemistry with, and John C. Reilly is that guy that I think is just fantastic with him. They have a movie coming out this year called Holmes and Watson. They're gonna be doing, and it's like I'm looking at a picture of it. They're totally like it's like I don't know if it can't be serious. It looks somewhat serious. So I'm kind of like it's Sherlock Holmes and Watson. So I don't know what's gonna happen here, but I'm looking forward to that. So
by the way, it's Chad Smith from Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yes, I thought it was like some very easy name, but I always feel like
it is, but. Every time we're on the show, we've all done it. Like you're trying to get something to come to your head. Somebody's yelling at the screen when they watch this. Chad Smith, come on, you idiot!
But, Cheryl types it before we even have like 2 seconds to say that we do it, and then like literally 2 seconds after she types it, we say the person's name.
Right.
Which makes me go, ha ha! What a story, Cheryl. All right, so that's it for Friday, guys. I'm sure there's some Will Ferrell movies that you guys are thinking we didn't hit. Tell us about them in the comments below. Send us an email and tell us that we're stupid. Give us a thumbs down. Give us a thumbs up. Whatever you want to do, go check us out on YouTube, any podcast app that you have. We're there, man. In fact, we're on Spotify. That's how freaking cool we are. We're on Spotify, dude. So check us out. That's it. I want you guys to have a great weekend. Enjoy yourselves. Have fun. Come back and listen to us again on Monday. I don't know. Are you trying to say another thing?
I was going to, but that's
go ahead. Say it.
No,
we're
it's
still rolling.
Down.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna wish everyone a happy Easter.
Is it Easter this weekend?
Well, when this airs, it'll be Easter, won't it?
I don't think so.
I think so.
I don't think so.
I think so.
You might be right. I don't know.
Have a good Easter.
No, it's next weekend.
Because
so yeah.
Because it's April Friday.
No, because we have
Good Friday.
No, because we have 3 shows in the bucket already that are for next week, and then Easter is that. Boom! Scott
I hope
just
you had a good
destroyed
Easter.
you.